Why is your ex hitting you up? We're about to find out in this video. I got 9 different reasons as to why this might be happening, and make sure you stay to the end because the last one you probably never even heard of. What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, my name is Megan. I talk about all things fashion, fitness, food, and beauty. Today's topic, we are going to be talking about why is your ex contacting you? This is a big thing that a lot of people always wonder. Why is my ex blowing me up? Or why is my ex all of a sudden out of nowhere coming in and texting me or calling me or reaching out on social media? So let's get into it. Number 1, checking in. They want to know if you're a hot emotional mess. They want to know that you haven't gotten over them. Their ego needs to be stroked right now. They need to know that you cannot live life without them. But you can, and you will, and you are, and deuces. Don't take the bait. Just keep it pushing. You don't need to say anything back. Just let them sit in their little ego trip that they got going on, and just let it slide. Just pretend like it never happened, and on to the next thing. The other thing about checking in is they might have some guilt or remorse coming to the surface, and they're starting to feed into that guilty conscience or feeling the remorse of all the crap that they put you through, and they can't feel good about themselves or move forward until they hear from you that they are forgiven, or that it's okay, man, like you did me dirty, but it's cool, like we're cool, like go live your life, everything's fine. That's what they need to hear. They need some sort of confirmation from you that you're okay, that you guys are okay, and that there's no bad beef between you, because nobody likes to leave things on a messy end. No one likes to leave a situation knowing that that person is still hating them or angry at them. So there's also that side of it too. And it's up to you if you want to forgive them. My recommendation is you have to forgive people in order for you to progress forward. You must forgive people in order for you to heal inside. Because if you don't heal inside, you're going to repeat the lesson, repeat the cycle of another person coming into your life that's going to do the same thing until you forgive that and you let go of that past, because you will repeat your past until you forgive it and let go and heal from it. Number 2, missing you. It is kind of unlikely that your ex is hitting you up because they miss you, unless the split has been really fresh and it just happened within the past month or a couple weeks ago. Because if you broke it off with them and they didn't fight for the relationship at the time that you broke it off, and now they're coming back and saying like, oh, I miss you, I can't live without you, and blah 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 blah, I call bull crap on that. I really do, because if they were really interested in making it work with you, they would have done what they needed to do in the time that the relationship was in existence for you guys to work it out, for you guys to come to that agreement factor of like, okay, I need this from you, I will provide this for you, and you guys work on it together, and it's not a want and a take imbalance. It needs to be equal. So if they weren't willing to put in the work that you were expecting of them, or they did you dirty by cheating on you, then there is nothing left for that relationship, unless you really do feel that that's your soulmate. And that's not for me to tell you, it's for you to tell you. But just kind of read between the lines with that, and just kind of see the red flags with that there is an underlying factor as to why they're saying they miss you. If they were the one that broke it off with you, it could genuinely mean that they do regret that decision and that they do miss you and they want you back. It could be possible, but you have to ask yourself why the relationship ended in the first place and why they broke up with you in the first place. And do you really want to succumb to that again, that pain, and bring it up when you've already kind of done the groundwork of like letting go and moving in a different direction? Do you really want to kind of go back there, or are you ready to progress forward into something that may be a better option for you? Number 3, backup plan. It's so selfish. It really is selfish. I hate when people keep you as like a backup plan, because all that says about you to them is that you're a doormat and you can let them trample in and out of your life as they want, as they need, as they please. And that doesn't show self-respect. It doesn't show that you respect yourself enough to not allow that to happen. If they're texting you, if they're calling you, repeatedly, but nothing is coming through with that, like there is no conclusion to it, it's just kind of like open-ended every time, I would say that you're kind of like left on a backup plan, which is they're trying to figure themselves out and they're waiting for that to unfold so that they can let go of you indefinitely or pull you back in if their plan that they're currently working on doesn't work out. They want to know that they have you on the side for that backup plan. So you kind of need to decide if that's happening to you, and if it is, you need to cut the ties and move on, because that's not fair to keep your life in this rat race cycle of him or her constantly putting you on hold until they figure it out. And that just messes with your emotions. It makes you bring about insecurities, lack of confidence, like what's wrong with me? They don't want me completely, but they want me for these reasons. Or maybe they're just, hitting you up when they need something. Number 4, need something. If months or maybe even years have gone by and you haven't heard from your ex and all of a sudden they just pop up out of the blue, that can be very jolting to your energy. That can be a very big, like, what the hell? Like, I was doing fine. And you may be single, and that may be stirring up things within you. And so you're curious as to why this person, after all this time, is reaching out. Like, what do they want? Like, we ended things so long ago. What could they possibly want? And that's when you have to go into your intuitive side and really dig deep and see through the messages, through the text or whatever means they reached out, and see what the underlying message is from them. If it's kind of like vague, like, hey, what's up? How you been? Or anything like that. That's like a sales pitch. I think that's like an underlying sales pitch for bringing the warming factor of that connection back up so that they can get you to a warm state to get you back into your feelings of feeling sorry for them or what have you, so they can hit you with what they're really seeking out, which is they probably need something, like financially or emotionally or physically. Read through the lines and see, okay, when we were in a relationship, did they use me financially? If that was the case, then they're probably reaching out because they need financial assistance right now and no one else is willing to help them. I would just take very big caution when you respond to your ex with any sort of outreach that they do after a long period of time has passed. And if you're still single and you feel like they're single and you're like, oh, well, maybe this is happening because of divine intervention, I don't know. It could also be a test of the universe providing you with this, like, hey, it's been so long, you've done so well on your own, you're progressing, you're growing, you're evolving, and here's this again. Do you want to go backwards or do you want to go forwards and see what could be? Number 5, booty call. Everybody, at least one point in time with one relationship, has heard from their ex at that late night phone call or text that happens, and you're like, what are you thinking about? What are you doing? Yeah, I'm not going to be that piece of ass for you today. No, thank you. And it could also be that they haven't found that intimate connection that you guys once shared with anyone else. And so they want to feel that comfort, feel that intimacy with you because you guys had those feelings and emotional connection. And they are needing that intimacy to feel whole and complete at that point in time. And that's not your purpose anymore. That's not your job to make them feel whole and complete. They served a purpose in your life at the point in time that they were there to teach you things and you were to teach them and you guys were both learning lessons with each other, but that's complete now. And there's no need to stir that back up and get those spiritual cords connected again, because when you are intimate with somebody, what happens is you have an energetic cord that intertwines with their energetic cord, and now you guys are connected as one. Once that connection happens, you can't really unconnect it. It takes a really long time and a lot of self-work to detach and cut that cord with that person. So you will have energetic cords with your family, with your friends, because of the emotional side. But when you have that physical connection, that makes it even that much stronger. Like, that is deep-rooted connection. And that chain, that link, that connection is really hard to break. Even after a breakup, even after you emotionally release them, that could still be there. You just have to work through it and know that that can't control you. And you can even do meditations on this where you visualize that cord between you and them from your belly button to theirs. You visualize yourself cutting that cord, and that cord goes off into the universe for healing and for repair so that you can develop a new energetic space where they took up, clean it out, have a new energetic space for healing and growth to bring about a new love energy that can take up that space. You don't want that dirty, nasty energy to sit with you for too long. So do what you can to clear it out, cleanse it. Otherwise, it could just repeat itself and keep coming back up into your life. Hence why they're reaching out. Number 6, incomplete. If time has passed, a lot of time, like maybe even years has passed, and your ex is reaching out and they're kind of leaning back into wanting to start things up with you again. It could be that they haven't found anyone else to replace you. And that should give you a really big, like, aha. Yes, I knew it all along. I was the one that was right. You're the one that was wrong. I was good in the relationship. You sucked. But don't let your ego get a hold of you. Don't do it. We all need lessons in life. We all need to grow and evolve, and having an ego, having a negative outlook on your ex is not going to benefit you in any way. Showing, spite and like, ooh, yeah, you want me and like I ain't gonna give you the time of day. That's not a good energy to put out there, because that's not gonna draw the right person to you for your future relationships. There was a lesson for them in that they lost something that was good for them. And so they needed to learn that lesson in order to progress and grow and evolve in their spiritual journey, so that the next time around they don't repeat their same mistakes that got them into that situation where they lost something that was really good for them. Number 7, soul contract. We all have people come into our life for a reason and a purpose. There is always someone coming into our life, whether it be a friend, a family member, opportunity, a relationship. Things are spanning out through your life and coming into your life at the time that they are needed to help you grow, to help you learn, to help you evolve spiritually. And when you have a soul contract with somebody, there are things that you guys needed to do together during your soul contract to both learn and grow and evolve on your spiritual journey. And sometimes the relationship works and sometimes it doesn't. And so if it doesn't work out, that relationship was just meant to teach you something. You were learning something through the process, or helping them learn something through the process. And then once that mission is complete, you guys detach and you go your separate ways, and that contract is complete. If for some reason time has passed and you guys keep thinking about each other and or keep drawing to each other, this happens a lot of times with twin flame connections, which I actually had from 2010 to 2015 off and on. I was either running or he was either running, or I was either chasing or he was either chasing. And we were both so chaotic in our relationship, and so much passion and romance and chaos and turmoil all packaged in one deal. But the thing about a twin flame connection is that it's so intense and so powerful energetically, and the love is so strong, and it's unlike any other love you've ever experienced. If you have had the opportunity to meet your twin flame, they don't always work out because it brings out things within you. Your twin flame's purpose for coming into your life is to bring things to the surface, to bring the darkness within out, so that you can release it and let go and heal from it and work on it. But when those feelings, emotions come to the surface, it's like, insecurities and depression and all these confusing emotional roller coaster things that you don't feel comfortable and you don't want to deal with. So you suppress them. And by suppressing them, you're not working on yourself. And so again, your twin flame will bring about that emotion and energy. It'll stir it back up, because that's what a twin flame connection does. It brings out the fire within. And if you both are willing to work on your inner growth, you can evolve together. If you're not, you're always going to be running away from them and they're chasing you, or vice versa, because we always run from things that we don't feel comfortable with. We don't like to face our inner darkness within. And when we do face it head on and we work through it, we can make that relationship work. And that's the same thing with any other relationship. There's going to be things that come up that are brought up in that relationship that is meant for you to progress and learn from and grow. And if that relationship is meant to be, it will always be. It'll come back around, and you will just have that intuitive feeling that this is the right thing for me, and it will feel good and it will feel right, and it won't feel negative or like it's bringing you down or hurting you. And if an ex comes back into your life and you feel any sort of negativity with that feeling of them coming back into your life and not love, that is your intuitive side speaking to you, saying, no, this is not for you. Just keep it pushing, keep it moving forward. Because that contract is then completed and there's nothing left for you guys to learn. There's nothing left for either of you to bring to the table for that person. And it is time to move on so that a new energy can come through and you can learn new things with a new opportunity, a new person, a new relationship, and continue to grow and evolve your spirit. Number 8, manifestation. It could be you manifesting this person back into your life. If you are catching yourself in your feelings and you're wondering about how they're doing, or you see a picture of them, or you hear your friends talking about them, or somebody brings them up, or you see a picture on social media and you start to think on them and you reminisce, all these emotions come through, that is a form of manifestation, because anything you think about, you will bring about for a prolonged time. So whatever you're thinking about on any given moment in any given day is going to show up into your reality. So if you constantly are thinking about your ex, you're constantly putting emotion within those thoughts, that is going to draw it to you quicker. So just be leery of that. That is it me that drew this person back to me, or is it this person is coming on their own? And it could be that the other person is manifesting you or trying to manifest you back in, and that will come through within dreams. These past 2 months, both of my recent exes were reaching out to me within weeks of each other. And they were both in my dreams, and the dreams, there was one trying to get me pregnant and I was trying to run away from him. And when I woke up, I had a message from him of, hey, how are you? What's going on? And that was just confirmation to me that he was trying to send out manifestation energy to me to bring me back into his life. And that dream was confirmation that he was trying to trap me into a relationship again. And not to speak bad on any of my exes, but they were not good people for me. I was left completely emotionally, mentally, physically drained. And I went through a lot of health issues during that time, a lot of financial issues during that time. So for them to have their energy come back into my circle was really disheartening, because I had worked on so long of letting their energy go, moving on, healing myself, detaching those spiritual cords, and I had done all that, but still, even to this day, for some reason, it's so deep rooted in my spirit, the pain that they caused, that when they reached out, it brought about that energy, those emotions, those feelings, those memories of what I went through, and it kind of for a second just shocked me, shocked my system. And I was kind of feeling an emotional roller coaster of, why is this happening? What is the lesson behind this? What is going on? And I just went into meditation over the past 2 months. I've been kind of off social media, dealing with this emotional roller coaster, trying to figure out what this all means. And that's what inspired this video, to come up with all these different reasons as to why it could be that your ex is coming back into your life. There's a part of your heart or your spirit that is always going to be touched by that. But I am going to stay strong, and I know that there is better out there for me, and I suggest you do the same and just keep moving forward. Don't let it pull you back. Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it get you down, and just release it. There's a reason that God is bringing this about, so that you can release whatever remaining energy was within your spirit. You can release that out to the universe for healing. Number 9, shadow work. You have a part of yourself called your shadow that takes on all the energy and the pain of what happens throughout your life. So when you go through life, even if it starts as a child, you go through traumatic things as a child. I went through a lot of things that were traumatizing and abuse, and I had a lot of abusive relationships thereafter. Things happen in our lives. We can't let it hold us back. We can't let those things break us. You're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. And if you allow these things that happen in your life to bring you down to the point where you can't progress forward and complete your mission in life, everyone has a mission and a sole purpose. And if you allow these things that come along the way to break you and throw you so off course that you can't get back on your train and ride to the next destination of where you're supposed to be, then that's when you need to do some really deep-rooted, hardcore shadow work, because it needs to be released. It needs to be dealt with in order for you to manifest a good life. To progress to where you're supposed to be going, you need to heal it. going within with meditation, or you can get chakra cleansing or healing, or spiritual energy healing, Reiki healing. There's so many spiritual things you can do. You can pray for, your angels to clear that from you, to help you release those emotions, cry it out, scream it out, pound a pillow, draw, paint. If you like to do music, everyone has an outlet. And so just find your outlet and allow those uncomfortable feelings, thoughts, emotions of pain to surface. Allow God to show you what is residing within your spirit that is holding you back. That is the whole purpose of shadow work, is to allow those things that are coming to the surface. And a lot of new moon energy from March and April brought that about for people. Their shadow work started to take on a whole new level because they thought that they had already dealt with these things from their past, but it was brought to their attention that there was still remaining dust on their spirit of these issues that they had thought they dealt with in the past. Think of it, you remove something from a house. There's going to be particles left in that house of that object that you removed. It's the same thing with energy. So there's going to be like dusty particle remains that are on your spirit of that trauma or that pain or whatever it was emotionally that you went through. And throughout life, you're always going to have different levels of this stuff coming through that you will be working on, healing, growing, and it can get frustrating at times, and a lot of people don't like to face their emotions and their pain head on because it's uncomfortable. No one wants to feel that. A lot of people are just, I don't want to feel sad right now. I'm going to just keep pushing forward. I can't allow myself to feel this right now. And that's not the way to do it, because if you suppress your emotions, you suppress your pain, it gets trapped in there. That shadow self that you're trying to heal cannot heal until you face it head on and it shows you what it needs to heal. And your shadow self will show you what it needs to heal, what it's still holding for pain and unresolved issues. If you go within yourself and really face it head on and have the courage to just face it head on and just know that, okay, I just do this, get it over with, and it's not going to be a simple, quick, easy process, but if you don't do it, it is going to hold you back. It will continue to sabotage you, and you have to come from an understanding that temporary pain for my benefit long term, so go within yourself and release it for good. Release it so that you don't ever have to deal with it again. Just say, God, please show me how I can release this and move on from this and get it out for good, because I don't want to ever come back here. I've dealt with this enough. I don't want to come back here. And once you do that, you release that to the universe for healing, and you will be able to manifest and attract positive energies into your life because you have learned that lesson of letting go. You have learned that lesson of healing, of trusting God to bring about a new evolved energy within you that is going to elevate your spirit and keep you progressing forward rather than being stagnant and stuck in your current situation. The number one thing we face is fear. And fear is developed from the ego. And the ego's sole purpose is to help keep us safe and protected in this life so that we don't die. So when the ego shows itself and it is like, ooh, that's uncomfortable, let's not do that, you have to kind of fight through that egoic trip that's happening and be like, no, ego, this is for our benefit. This is for my progression and my growth. I need to deal with this. I need to face this. Everything in your life is meant for your benefit. The pain, the good, the bad, the ugly, the positive, the beautiful, all of it is some lessons and blessings combined into one to help your spiritual evolvement. When you come from it with that understanding, it's easier to let go of the traumatic things that happened in your life. It's easier to accept and forgive people that have wronged or have hurt you. Anything that has happened to you can be forgiven and let go with courage, with trust, with knowing that by letting go, you are benefiting yourself in so many positive ways. Your health is going to get better. Your finances are going to get better. You're going to attract healthy situations of love, new opportunities for jobs. Everything is going to get better in your life when you let go of that pain, when you let go and go into your deep shadow self and release all of what it's been carrying for so long. And this is not a one-time deal. This is something that we have to constantly work on throughout our lives and constantly go within. I like to do a meditation at least once a day to clear out whatever has happened from the day, because I realize that if I wait too long, it can get out of hand. I have too much to do. If I wait like a month, I'll get overwhelmed with energy. I'll have so many things that have happened that I don't even remember what I need to go in and release, and it'll have to manifest into something in my life for me to be like, oh, because of this that happened a month ago, that's why this is showing up now. So I try to go every day into a meditation, into a prayer, and ask God to release and to let go of whatever has happened in that day, to cleanse me of that energy. And I go with gratitude for the next day of, this is going to be a blessed day. It's going to be a beautiful day of opportunities. And on that note, I hope that you liked this video. I hope it has helped in some way. Please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm going to be having more good content like this coming your way. And on that note, I hope you have a blessed day.